My name is Jake Ness. I'm from Graphic Precision. I am a marketing and design consultant. I have been in the printing and design industry for over 20 years. So today I wanted to talk to you on the marketing side about content marketing and what that is. A lot of people don't really know what content marketing is. Content marketing is a strategic marketing approach focused on creating and distributing valuable, relevant, and consistent content to attract and retain a clearly defined audience and ultimately to drive profitable customer action. And that comes from the Content Marketing Institute. So really what it is it's information that you're putting out there that clients and customers will see, which will get them to buy. What are three reasons that content marketing works? It improves trust. They learn to trust that you know what you're talking about. And that kind of goes into the next one, which is it puts your expertise on display. So by putting your expertise on display, that gives them the trust to say, hey, that person knows what they're talking about. And I really want their expertise to do the job that I need done. And lastly, it improves and support SEO. The reason it supports and improves SEO is because when you're adding content to your website on a regular basis, Google and other searches will want to put that up front. They want to put stuff that's more relevant, that's being updated, because a website that's not updated, they start to look at it and say, okay, they must not be in business anymore. They must not be relevant. And so it's important to continue to add stuff to your website, to add stuff to your social media, so that crawlers will say, hey, this is a relevant company, this is a relevant business. So what are some examples of really good content marketing? We all know about blog posts. I know a lot of people are like, hey, I hate to write, but I'll be honest with you, it is probably one of the most important things you can do for your website, because again, it helps with SEO, it gets information there. The biggest thing I will tell you is, what do we use Google for? We use Google to ask questions. Where do those answers come from? Those answers come from the websites that are out there with the information on there. So how do you get the information there? By putting it there through blog posts. That way, when somebody's searching for any type of information, your website will come up when it's relevant to your business. So for example, this is a blog post where I'm talking about content marketing for businesses. And the reason I have that there is because I want somebody that searches what is content marketing to have the opportunity to see my website and see that I understand what that is and that I have the expertise in that area to help their business. Another example is pre-recorded videos. About 2 or 3 years ago, I did 2 interviews that I worked with the Conklin Center on, and they interviewed 2 members of society, one who had done a lot of stuff for the community in Glens Falls, another one who had used a lot of the services that the Conklin Center offers. We did these pre-recorded videos, we put them up on YouTube, embedded them in the website, and it was a great way where the executive director could send these links out to people who wanted to donate and wanted to know more about what the organization does. Another thing you can do is live video on Facebook and Instagram. A lot of people shy away from this because they're afraid of the live aspect of it. But to be honest with you, people love that authenticity. They love that stuff that is not super prepared, that isn't super great lighting and things like that. They just want information quickly. And it's a great way to get that information out there and also have interaction with your possible clients, because on these lives, they can ask you questions. You can bring them in and have them ask questions on video as well. It's a great way to interact with your audience or with your possible clients. Another one is a podcast or some type of audio. If this goes on your website and you're updating your website on a regular basis, it's a great way to get the crawlers to see that your website is relevant. It's also a super easy way to get information out. And it's a super fun way because just like I did the interviews with the Conklin Center on video, these are a lot less cumbersome because you're doing it through audio. So you can basically sit down with somebody. You could do it over the phone. You can actually record the phone conversation. There's a ton of apps out there that allow you to have that back and forth. And then it's super easy to post nowadays. Other ones, I do newsletters for people. There's booklets which have to do with maybe some information on a specific product. I've helped business leaders put out books. I've done the design for books. Webinar presentations, similar to what I'm doing here, is something where you can get information across to people very easily. More recently, I've done a lot of live virtual training. I've worked with a couple different companies that do corporate training, and it's a great way to show your expertise to people so that they hire you to do more work. So how do you start? Make it a priority. Work on your business so you can continue to be in business. A lot of people work in their business day to day, and they think that they're grinding it out and they're putting in the hours, and they wonder why their customers fall off. It's because they're not working on their business as hard as they're working in their business. Remember, content is about working on your business. So where do you come up with this content? I always tell my customers this. This is probably the number one thing I do. Top 10 questions that people ask you. Again, we're going back to Google. What does Google do? Google answers the questions for you. So what do you want? You want those top 10 questions on your website so that when people search for that stuff, they find your company, your website, and your information. It's really easy to do. Sit down and think about it for 10 minutes. Write down those 10 questions. But more importantly, as you answer those questions, write down number 11, number 12, number 13, and just keep doing that every day so that you never run out of content. You never run out of the questions that you can answer that relate to your business. And lastly, a marketing expert such as myself. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help your business grow. I'm here to help you figure out what are those 10 questions? How do I answer those 10 questions? And also, how do I make it a priority? I help you sit down and I say, hey, let's make a marketing plan. Let's schedule the time. So if you or somebody you know is struggling to get your business to grow, content is the best way to do that. My name is Jacob Van Ness, and I'm from Graphic Precision.